Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be Battle of the Liquid Eyeshadows. I've been talking about this for like a month after I did my Declutter series, and if you have not seen those, I will link a couple of the videos down in the description box. I've been talking about this for a while. There are so many liquid eyeshadows out there, and honestly, who knows what to buy, because every company has different liquid eyeshadows. So these are the ones that I have in my collection. Some are great, some are not so great, and it kind of gives you an idea of what you might want to buy and the price point. So if you want to see my thoughts on some liquid eyeshadows, just keep on watching. I brought out high-end, I brought out very affordable brands. I've been playing with them quite often, and I tried to keep all of it within the same kind of color scheme so you can see what I'm talking about. I didn't want to get one that was purple and then one was green or something like that. I wanted it to all be more neutral so that you could see the different tones and the textures of each one kind of in the same color family. So that's why I did it this way. So I'm going to be doing swatches and inserting them as we're going along and kind of talking about the formulation so that you guys can make your best informed decision if you wanted to buy some liquid shadows. I do this so you don't have to. So okay, let's go ahead and just hop right in. The Maybelline Color Tattoo Eye Chrome, and this one is in the color Beige Luster. I love the color of this. I think that the formulation's really good. It's extremely opaque, but again, this is a higher price point for the drugstore. This one has a really nice applicator as well. Like, it is very small, so it kind of gets in those tiny little divots, which is nice because some of these other ones have huge brushes and it makes it a little bit harder if you put it on and then go in with a tiny brush to kind of blend everything out. But this one does have a very small brush. I enjoy that about this particular product. The opaqueness of it is insane. It is extremely buildable, and it doesn't have any of the excess glitter, like the glitter flakes in it. So again, the formulation is really good, but the price point is a little bit higher when it comes to drugstore. The next one I'm going to be talking about is from e.l.f. Not my favorite product from them at all. This one is brushed copper, and it doesn't even look copper. It really truly looks, it looks more champagne to me, and it took forever to get any pigment from it. I don't know if I got a bad one or if it's been sitting too long or whatever the situation is, but I'm not super duper impressed with this liquid shadow. I don't like really anything about it. It doesn't, the brush is just kind of like one of those applicators you'd use for lip gloss, and it just doesn't have, it just doesn't give me the feels. If I'm thinking brush copper, I want it to be orange. I want it to look like a rusty penny kind of copper, and this one looks champagne to me. So not only do I not like the name, I guess, but I don't like how long it took me to get any kind of pigment from it. I literally had to go back in here 6 or 7 times. If I maybe got a new one, it would probably be better, but I'm just not my favorite formula from e.l.f. There was other things from the drugstore that do exactly the same thing that are much better, which I'll talk about in just a second. Okay, so this has to be one of my favorite formulas and one of my favorite brands, and what can I say? Wet n Wild is killing it. This one is from Wet n Wild, and this is a liquid catsuit liquid eyeshadow in the color Shells and Whistles. This color is freaking stunning. It is crazy, crazy opaque, and the brush is huge. Like, the brush is enormous. I don't know if you can see that. I'd rather have a smaller brush like the one in the Color Tattoo, just so that I can get in those corners, because I'm messy AF. I would just like slap it on and go. I'm not the most tidiest of person when I'm using these, but the opaqueness of it, just the way that it lays down, one swipe and you've got yourself some foiled goodness. I love this color. I love the formulation, and there's not excess glitter in this either, so it doesn't fall out all over your cheeks, which is really nice. And the price point is really, really good. So highly recommend that one. So the next one on the list is from Huda Beauty. We're going back up high end, and this one is the Matte and Metal Melted Shadows, and it's a dual-sided. Not my favorite product, let me tell you. The matte shade feels more like a liquid lipstick than anything, and the brush on the metal side for the glitter portion of it is kind of like it's a brush. It's not an actual doe foot applicator. I don't feel like I can get the amount of product I want out of this because of the applicator. It's just not my favorite. Like, if I'll show you. It's more of a brush, not a doe foot, and I don't particularly like that. And the matte shade does have a doe foot applicator, which is really funny. It's got a big doe foot applicator, but the formulation on the matte shade, I don't know. It's really thick, it's goopy, it's not my favorite. So especially for the price point, I would hope that you would love a product like this because of the price point, and it is high end. And you are getting two shadows, mind you. I can't bring myself to love this, unfortunately. I might be decluttering this here soon. It's not my favorite. Sorry, don't hate me. So the next one I'm going to talk about is, again, a higher end product, and this is from Stila. I feel like these are the original OGs. These are the ones that everybody kind of got on board with before the craze happened throughout the entire makeup community. Stila's killing it. Their brush is kind of medium. I mean, I wish it was just a touch smaller, but you make do with what you got. This does have a lot more glitter in it and glitter flakes, so it does fall out throughout the day just a little bit underneath my eyes. It doesn't like overly bother me, like I wouldn't stop using them, and the price point is pretty high. They're $24 a piece. Sorry, this one's Vivid Smoky Quartz, by the way. The thing is, I feel like you can get the same thing from the drugstore, like Wet n Wild. Color-wise and formulation, probably almost the same thing, if not better, from Wet n Wild, because it doesn't have the extra glitter that's going to be flaking all over your face. I do like these and I will continue to use them. It's probably not a repurchase for me though. I would probably repurchase more of the Wet n Wild ones just because I can get a lot more for my money, and yeah. I do love them, don't get me wrong, and I will use them. I mean, the drugstore's killing it. So I probably will go with them. The next one I've got here is the Milani Metallic Lights Liquid Shadow in the color, no name. That's sad. It says number 1. Yeah. So this one I like a lot. I think that, again, Milani is a higher price point at the drugstore. It's like $10.99 for one of these bad boys. I do have all of them, and I do like the consistency, the opaqueness. The brush, again, is really big, but it does have a ton of glitter. And those glitter flakes. It's very similar to the Stila. I feel like they're formulated in the same company, like, or produced in the same factory or something, because they are so similar. The texture, the consistency, everything about them is really, really similar. So whatever I said for the Stila really does go for the Milani. I'll keep using them, but probably wouldn't rebuy them just because I feel like the glitter flakes get everywhere. And the last one I have is a MAC Dazzle Shadow Liquid in Beam Time. And I like this shadow. Again, it does have the excess glitter, the big brush, you know. As for the Stila, the Milani, all three of these I find to be almost identical, just depending on what brand you like. I mean, they're all formulated exactly the same. They're crazy opaque, have a ton of glitter in them, and I feel like all three of these tend to flake just a little bit throughout the day once they're dried down and everything. So, I mean, it really does depend on the price point and what you're wanting to buy, but honestly, like, the formulation on both of these for these high-end shadows is just like the Milani. Save yourself some money, and maybe you can get a couple more if you like the glitter. They're crazy metallic. I do love them, but unfortunately, I probably wouldn't repurchase them. My favorite out of all of them has to be the Wet n Wild, because of the fact that you lay it down, it stays put once it's dry, and it's not flaking. It doesn't have excess glitter, but you have that foiled metallic look. They're killing it. They're just doing really, really well. So I hope that helps you in your shopping journey. I hope that the swatches helped you kind of get an idea of the consistency as well. And if you want to see like a battle of, we can definitely do that. That's not a problem at all. Just leave it in the comments below. Give me a big thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. There's a lot of new people here, and I want to thank you guys for subscribing. You guys rock. I love you so much. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.